Did we dodge a bullet? The state was going to take over the city-county health department, or so it looked like. I've got the story. And that Highwoods trailer standoff, the woman there facing serious charges. There's a lot to do in Great Falls, so let's get into it. Today is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, and this is the Great Falls Daily Connection. Receptions at Keller Talent Productions. And thanks to iRockMontana.com, connecting venues with talent, and Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio. Finally, DIY health for yourself. If you can breathe, you can do yoga. Well, here's what's going on for today. Today is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, and today is Tempura Day, which is the day for anybody who's too squeamish to eat sushi. And it's National Pass Gas Day. I'm not sure who made this day, but I'm going to blame it on the dog. So here's what you need to know on the Great Falls Daily Connection for your Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. Now, we do have a new doctor in the house after a rocky December that left the city-county health department leaderless. Commissioners have officially signed Dr. Gladys Young as the interim public health officer. This is huge because the clock was ticking. If we hadn't appointed someone in 30 days, the state could have stepped in to force an appointment. Dr. Young has experience in Liberty County, holds the fort through June while there's a search for a permanent leader that continues. Now, I promised you details on that disturbance that happened at Highwood Lockdown Elementary Monday, and it was over at Highwood. The suspect has been charged. 49-year-old Brenda Woods has now been charged with felony criminal endangerment and assault with a weapon. Now, neighbors say they woke up to Woods honking car horns and screaming, and then allegedly pulling out a handgun and firing shots in the air and chasing two males. She's currently held on $100,000 bail. Finally, some good news for a landmark downtown. The old rec center on 2nd Avenue North was listed for $800,000, and we have a buyer. EduCare Preschool, the current tenant, submitted the only bid. Owner Lori O'Leary says she wants to keep it as a true community center, which means keeping the gym open, renting rooms, hosting events like daddy-daughter dances, and a win for preserving downtown history. The Great Falls Daily Connection is brought to you in part by iRockMontana.com. And Leilani G Band is a part of the fortnightly Vintage Hollywood Glam Evening at the Meadowlark Country Club, where tickets are available at the Meadowlark Country Club. Dance lessons by the Johnsons. You get hors d'oeuvres and cocktail hour, Chef Jim with the dinner, and Leilani G Band with dancing and music. Get your tickets over at the Meadowlark Country Club, hosted by the Fortnightly. And for venues looking for the great artists you're looking for to entertain your customers, go to iRockMontana.com. For all venue owners, iRockMontana.com gives you all the information you need. On the Great Falls Daily Connection, we have Meggie with Express Employment Professionals Downtown. We're looking to fill some positions. Meggie, you have several. Let's run them down.
Absolutely, Steve. So let's start out with our admin positions. Starting out with our part-time admin position in the church. 20 hours a week, Monday through Friday, 8 to 12. You need to be really strong in Microsoft Office Suite and be able to work well with others, especially like church volunteers. This is a great position for somebody who's only looking for part-time, but also has those really great strong admin skills, strong computer skills, and strong interpersonal skills. We have another admin position, and they're calling this a moving dispatch / admin. And this is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It does require a background check because this company does a lot of the moves on base. This does require a clean background. it does require a lot of interpersonal skills, because this person will be in charge of the moving crews, right? If somebody doesn't show up, then they kind of have to move the people that they do have around into different groups. Also, working on the computer, strong computer skills, Microsoft Office Suite. And then the last position that we are trying to fill is a warehouse/moving position with that same moving company. And this is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And this position, that is one of the movers. So this person would be part of the moving crew. They do personal moves. Like I said, they are contracted with the government, so they do a lot of the moves on the base. So this person needs a clean driving record, a valid driver's license, a clean background, and a clean drug screen, including THC, because we want to make sure you are of sound body and sound mind while you are doing this. So these are the positions that we are working on right now. If you or somebody you know might be interested in these, give us a call, 406-761-3027, or stop by at 220 6th Street South, and you can fill out an online application on our laptops. Or if you want to do that at home, it's www.expresspros.com.
Getting a job with Express is always free, and Meggie and the crew will help you out. Meggie, thank you again for being on the Great Falls Daily Connection.
Thank you, Steve.
The Great Falls Daily Connection is brought to you in part by Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio, 2J's Complex. And there they have yoga every day of the week at 12 noon. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they have yoga and weights. Tuesday and Thursday, noon flow. One of the best things I've done for myself is starting yoga. I've got a class coming up at 4:30 this afternoon. Your noon classes are waiting for you at Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio in the 2J's Complex, 105 Smelter Avenue Northeast. Sign up and find your classes at harmonyinthefallsyoga.com. If you like the show, like and subscribe, and that's me in the corner. On the Great Falls Daily Connection, let's look at all the events that we have going on that I could scrounge up from all the sources I could find. And today, we have our county and neighborhood councils going on. County work session at 2 p.m. Neighborhood Council number 6 at Sunnyside Elementary starting at 6:30 for tonight. The Pints for Pete fundraiser at the Hi-Ho Tavern on 10th Avenue South will help out Pete Tucker, who's fighting bladder cancer. 5 till 7. $1 from every drink goes to Pete. And food by Carlson's Q. Community Families Helping Families question and answer session is at the Station District and Lofts. Moving forward to help 80-plus families in need. If you're interested, check out the Facebook group for those specific times. Live music on January 7th, tonight on Wednesday. Joe Ryan at 5:30, and at the Max Casino, Chuck Fulcher at 6. Data centers in Great Falls. This is a discussion coming up Thursday, 5:30 tomorrow at the Hot Hive Conference Room, 721 Central Avenue. Water impacts, utility bills, grid impacts, and public engagement. You're invited to that. Thursday, in the Cordingley Room of the Great Falls Public Library, Courtney Reedy of the Surprise Me Trip at 6:30 we'll have a talk on spontaneous travel and unscripted adventures for the Armchair Travel Series. Thursday, we have live music. Keller Geist Pub Theater has singer-songwriter night at 6, and the Frontier Inn with Cody Strunk at 7 o'clock. Friday, the Downtown Chicks networking event, New Year, New Chicks, at the N Bar, number 8 5th Street South. Inclusive meeting for all, Chicks and Richards. Right. The Banff Film Festival is Friday at the Great Falls High School Auditorium. That starts at 6. The tickets are around $20, supporting the Great Falls Ski Patrol, the world's best mountain sports films. Jazz Workshop Concert at CMR High School Friday night starting at 7:30. It's a free concert with all the jazz bands from Great Falls High and CMR. Friday live music includes the Celtic Cowboy with Cash and Company starting at 6. Now that's Merle over there doing his best. Johnny Cash, and he's been on the Tonight Show. Was he on the Tonight Show? No, he was on David Letterman. Sorry about that. Next time I see him, I'll rib him about that. Sip and Dip has Joel Corder starting at 7 o'clock. The Frontier Inn has F-Bomb at 7. The Halftime Sports Bar with live music at 6. And the Do Bar has live music at 9. Friday, Great Falls Americans hockey game against the Sheridan Hawks. Puck drop at 7:05 over at the Great Falls Iceplex near the airport. Saturday, our live music lineup. Incredible again for a town of this size. Cole Kleinert and the show Slow Rollers start at 7 o'clock at the Mighty Mo Brewing Company. At the Sip and Dip, Joel Corda at 7. At the Frontier Inn, it's Tyler Potter and the Last Minute Surprise at 7. The Eagles Lodge has the Pub Crawlers at 7. And at Elevation 3330, Chuck Fulcher at 8. More Great Falls Americans hockey on Saturday versus the Sheridan Hawks at 7:05 at the Great Falls Iceplex. The U2U with President Seth Bodnar of UM, Inclusive Prosperity and the Future of Higher Ed, is coming up in the middle of the month on Thursday, January 15th. That's celebrating 25 years of U2U. The Montana Pro Rodeo Circuit Finals are January 15th through the 17th at Four Seasons Arena Expo Park. The fortnightly Vintage Hollywood Glam Evening at the Meadowlark Country Club. I mentioned this with Leilani G and her band with Chef Jim. You get your tickets over at the Meadowlark Country Club for that. Saturday is the Justin Bieber Dance Party, and I hope this is a great success at the Newberry. Doors open at 8, show at 8:30. January 21st through the 23rd is the Ag Expo, the Montana Agricultural and Industrial Exhibit, the Maggie. It's a great tradition in Great Falls every single year. Again, at the Pacific Steel Arena, the largest ag show in the state. And the Margarita Meltdown 2026. Tickets are still available for this on January 30th, supporting Eagle Mount at Great Falls with the Salamanders Band. And on the Great Falls Daily Connection, here's the rest of the news. Some of the stories you didn't even know about, I bet. Now, there's an 80% chance that if you made a New Year's resolution, you've broken it on this day a week later. If you bought a Peloton in January 1st and it's already just a very expensive coat rack sitting in the corner, you're not lazy. You're just statistically average. So feel good about that. There was a case where there was an AI robot that was going to try a case as a lawyer. Well, they put a stop to it. Apparently, it kept trying to end the conversation with, hit like and subscribe. Stick to humans. And finally, weather experts say the best way to stay warm in Montana is layering. Everybody says that. Now, I got my regular undershirt on and a nice shirt, a blue one right here, and a little bit of denim on top. All right. I look like a festive decorative pillow, but I'm fine. Finally, today's thought of the day, just thinking about the greatness of a community that's most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. And tonight, at the Hi-Ho Tavern, we have a lot of people buying a beer to help a neighbor fight cancer. That's greatness. And thank you for that. And go be great today. That is today's Great Falls Daily Connection, brought to you by iRock Montana. We have venues looking for great talent, and if you're a venue looking for that good talent, you go to iRockMontana.com. Also, Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio. If you can breathe, you can do yoga, and it's easy. And the people there know that you start off not knowing what's going on. So there's an 8-week introductory yoga course that I'm taking myself, and I recommend it. And of course, for weddings and special events, you can see me at kellertainment.com, your event entertainer and wedding DJ. And until now and then, on tomorrow's Great Falls Daily Connection, if I don't see ya, I'll see ya.